What's going on, guys? This is Demian from The Lookout, and I am here with free-to-play Frieza guide. Yes, because free-to-play experience is such shit, I've decided to make this guide to help you guys. You will see various upgrade paths, you will see various decks depending on where you realistically could be in your Fusion World digital client journey. And yeah, if you're interested in the Broly one, we just released that one like 2 days ago. It's quite literally the video before this one. Though it kinda depends on when you find this, but you get the general gist. Anyway, two things before we begin. First off, we give away codes. Yes, digital pack codes. 2 codes on every new Fusion World video to 1 lucky winner. All you got to do is like the video, leave a comment and be a subscriber. And then at the end of the next video, I will announce the winner from this video's giveaway. And of course, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content machine going. And guys, thanks a lot for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So here is our guide for a free-to-play friendly Frieza deck. We're looking to minimize reliance on RNG, especially in the early stages. I'm gonna give you like some cheap / realistic upgrade routes depending on where you might be in your Fusion World journey. I'm gonna show you several deck lists. I have 4 of them for each collection stage, and that's about it, you know. So alright, let's just go. First things first, we need to talk about stages. So the guide is split into 4 stages. Each stage is optimized for where you'd realistically be in the game, provided that you didn't spend any money on the game, nor redeemed any codes. So stage 1, the very beginning. You just have 1 starter deck, that's it, that's max free to play. Stage 2 is still free to play friendly, but it will require some packs, but it's mainly focused on commons and uncommons. With Frieza it's a bit different, you will see, but the rule is generally the same. Stage 3, that is a later game, like later game, more optimized build. It's doable free to play, it's completely doable free to play, but you will need at least a couple of rares, not a lot in this deck. And then stage 4 is the full powered build. Like this one is not free to play friendly at all, it's max power Frieza, and that one is going to... That one's gonna require a lot of SRs. Let's start with stage 1. So you just turned on the game for the first time and you got your Frieza starter deck. Now this deck is built in mind with 1 starter deck and 3 promo packs. Now I generally, you know, some people aren't sold on promo packs. I like them for starters. They are very solid for beginners. They minimize the RNG. Yeah, you will get rid of these cards very fast. So if you don't want to spend money on the promo packs here, like they're more important in some other builds. If you don't want to, don't worry, just go immediately for another deck. For another copy of the starter deck. But if you are okay with that, you start with 3 promo packs. So here is how you optimize your build very early on in the game. Alright guys, so I am here again with Deck Planet, the best deck builder for Fusion World and Masters. Link is of course in the description below. So this is the stage 1 guide. Okay, so like I've said, in case that no one listened, this one is very skippable. This one is very skippable. You can, if you're willing to just immediately flat out invest 100 gems more to buy another copy of the deck, you can completely skip this part. If you wish to go with, you know, promo packs, if you have the promo packs, then this is the build. So 4 copies of Sorbet, 4 of Frieza, 4 Lemos. We're just playing the combo power game. 3 of these guys, they are from these, they're from the promo packs. Though, like I've said, if you want to fully commit to Frieza, just buy the other starter deck. You won't be using these after stage 1. Basically they're pretty okay, like it's a 15k blocker for 2, it's not the biggest, but it is 10k combo power, and when it blocks you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost 2 or less and switch it to rest mode. Can be useful against the red and blue, maybe even some yellow matchups. Unfortunately, we only get 2 of these Friezas, that's why you want the other deck as fast as possible, and only 2 of Zarbons. 4 copies of this guy. This guy is big enough to threaten a Broly. This guy is awesome. Free King Cold and free Golden Friezas. You get the 3rd copy just by buying the deck. And then like 2 Dead Balls, Dead Beams, and 4 Tagomas and 4 of this guy. Tagomas mostly just for the combo power. But yeah, that's basically where you can get with 1 deck and 3 promo packs. Now let's move on to stage 2. Stage 2, okay, so here is where it becomes a bit tricky. Technically, if you don't wish to spend money on packs, you can immediately just buy the other starter deck and you're immediately at stage 2. But for stage 2 or any stage afterwards, you need to have 2 starter decks. If you have seen our Broly guide, for example, with Broly you can hold on until stage 3. With Frieza you absolutely need to have 2 starter decks, because some of your best cards are locked behind starter decks. And you're gonna get like a couple of packs, so feel free to buy some packs after getting the starter deck. You could use some of the commons and uncommons from them. There's not gonna be a lot of them in this build, but we will be focusing mostly on commons and uncommons, because at this stage of the game, the chance of you pulling very specific rares and stuff is so low that we're just gonna focus on the least common cards. So here's the build. Okay, so for stage 2, we're assuming that you have went with the promo packs. That's why these guys are here. If you haven't, you're just gonna be, if you went straight for the deck upgrades, you're just gonna be bumping up this guy by 2, and you're gonna be adding 2 Tagomas. Or 1 Tagoma, or something, or just bump one of these guys. If you went with promo packs, you keep these 3 in the deck. So basically 1 drops, 2 drops you just increase, 1 drops are the same. You add another one of these Frieza, this card is absurdly good. You add Zarbons, you can increase these guys to 4, that's fine. Or I think you can start with, who cares about him anyway. So you bump King Cold to 4, you leave the Golden Frieza at 3, you can bump him to 4 if you wish to do so. I just prefer combo power here. We keep 2 copies of this guy, because he's big enough to threaten a Broly, same as this guy here. And then, this is more of a preparation, but here are some commons that you can use. You can add 2 of the Colds. Basically, you have 2 of this guy, you have 2 of King Cold. If you don't have these guys, then you can, instead of upping these, you can, let's say, add more Ginyus. Add more Ginyus, let's say 2 Ginyus and 1 Frieza. That's it, that's basically free. So, add Colds, because Cold will become important later. And you add Ginyus, because Ginyu is amazing for drawing cards, especially when he's hiding behind an army of blockers. Okay, now let's check out stage 3. Stage 3, okay, now things are really cooking. So from this point, the guide will become less budget friendly and depend more on pack opening RNG. This version of the build is still doable as a free-to-play player. It's still doable. After a couple of packs you should be able to build this. So you have opened a lot of packs by now, you have some rare wild cards which will help you out a lot, though you need like 3 of them, not a lot of them to be honest, and you've bought another copy of the Frieza starter deck, because you can't really progress with Frieza unless you have 2 decks. So you still don't have places of all rares, but you don't need them for this. Nor do you have any SRs or SCRs, you don't need an SCR for this. This is as far as you can get with only, commons, uncommons, and rares. Stage 3, and guys, I love this one. I absolutely love stage 3. If you don't wish to go higher than stage 3, that's completely fine. You can climb with this one, especially with an unfunctioning matchmaker. You can probably climb very high with this one. So, what do we have? I'm keeping Ginyus at 2. You can up them, but I wanted to use some more deck space. So the 1 drops are the same. The 2 drops, we've just added knees as well, because he's 10k combo power. You want to awaken as fast as possible. We have 4 of the Friezas again, 10k, plus they can threaten a Broly. It's incredibly important for you to be able to threaten a Broly. So that's why we are running these guys. Plus 10k combo power. We cut down this guy to 2. No need to run 4. And now we run the King Cold package. 4 of King Colds, and then you up this skillless King Cold from 2 to 4 in this build. Why? Because you're running 3 copies of this one. You can even run 4 if you happen to have the 4th copy. This is the only rare that we are running, I believe. Yeah, this is the only rare. You just need like 3 rare wild cards. There you go, deck done. So on play up to 1 King Cold with a cost 4 from your hand. So he's 25k, he can threaten a Broly. It's super important to keep repeating this because yellow without SRs really struggles against Broly. So his 25k body, which then can board either a 25k this King Cold, or better yet, can body this one. And this one is 30. So that's like 55 in total, split across 2 swings, both of which need to be comboed out of. That's a lot of value. You can, trust me, if you want, you can up this one to 4. Because he's also 10k combo power. Worst case, he's 10k combo power in hand. There's nothing else what you might want to, like you might add like another one of these. It's so if I were, it's okay to do it like that. If I were making changes, I might bump this one to 3 and maybe bump this one to 4. Maybe. And then I would just take these 2 out. Like, I'm not super sold on them, but we're assuming that you don't have everything, so we just put it like this. So yeah, this is the stage 3 build. Finally, you have reached stage 4. Now this is your build at max power, the end goal, the very end game. It's not free to play friendly at all. Unless you have like the luck of God, it's not free to play friendly because it's gonna require 7 super rares. So yeah, maybe you're not gonna build this one very soon. Anyway, you have played the game for a very long time. You have all of the cards that you need to build a full powered Frieza deck, and you're willing to commit to playing it. The good thing is that this deck shares a lot of SRs with Cooler. So if you're not sold on Frieza by this point, or after this point, you can still just switch to Cooler. You share a lot of SRs with him, at least the very important ones. The build is extremely expensive and resource heavy. It demands a lot of SRs, like I've said, I believe it's 7 of them. Yeah, knowing those wild cards dropping, 7 was like what I got in 230 packs. So hopefully you can get this build sooner. Playsets of some of the rare cards, and purchasing 2 copies of the Frieza starter deck. So yeah, here is the stage 4 deck. And here is the stage 4, the max powered Frieza. Okay, so you can see this one wants SRs. So at this stage we are dumping the 30k King Cold. Instead we'll be focusing more on our SRs. First off, we bump Ginyu up to 1. I've used to have him at 4, but I wanted to go with these Zarbons. I have seen some play here and there, and I think that in this version he's okay. I ran only 2 because I couldn't find space for more without cutting down the Ginyu. You can probably up them. So basically on play you look at top 5 and then you rebuild 1 card that includes Frieza in its name and add it to your hand. So you can hit the 1 drop, the 2 drop, the 3 drop, your SR, or your boss monster. So yeah, you can hit those cards just with the Zarbon. So if you can make some space somewhere, it's okay. Yeah, if not, you can just run 2 copies. Anyway, the Self-Awakeners, I took Zarbon down to 3 because this one is 10k. Yes, this one is mandatory take a life, but it is 10k. So once you awaken, you just throw this one away. 4 of the Friezas, Broly. 3 of Coolers, because Cooler works properly now in the digital client, and Cooler is absolutely goddamn amazing. 4 copies of this Frieza because he's 40k. So both him and Cooler can threaten Broly. Yeah, like in Cooler build, you will be just swinging once, but then you just restand the Frieza to get him out of harm's way. And Cooler is just absurd. 3 of the King Cold, we don't need 4 anymore, so we can just run 3. 3 of the Boss Monster. This is the only, this is the second 0 combo cost combo card in your deck. You don't want to go too wide with 0 combo. Then the rest is just kinda, I took 3 Dead Balls, and instead of the 4th I've added Supernova. Supernova is very situational, but it can be okay. 1 Dead Beam, you can cut this one out and just add another Zarbon. You can just do that if you want to. I just kept it around. So anyway, yeah, that is what the full powered version looks like. Why no Ginyu package, you might ask. Ginyu package is very big, and it's not as good when you play against Broly, and there is way too much Broly on the ladder. So Ginyu works better in Cooler, I believe, than it works in Frieza. In Frieza, you just look to outvalue your opponent. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's the stage 4 build. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Was this free-to-play guide helpful to you? Has this helped you plan out your Frieza building route? Have you been playing Frieza? Are your decks similar to this one? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, huge congratulations to Kman511. You have won 2 digital packs. It says me waiting on the blue upgrades. Well, you might open some of them. So congratulations. And for everyone else, guys, you have another chance to win. In this video, we will announce the winner at the end of the next video, of course. So, also, if you have any feedback ideas for these guides, it's still relatively early for me, so I haven't done the other 2 yet. They are coming out soon. I think one is coming tomorrow, not sure. But let me know. Now is the perfect time to let me know, because now I can change things. So anyway, leave your comments down in the comment section below. I read all of them. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. I believe I've said this already. I'm sorry, I'm very sick. And yeah, guys, other than that, share the video around. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help us get to 5,000 subs. We're super close. It's stupid how fast this is going. Thank you so much. And when we do, I'm gonna give away a booster box of codes, because I believe that helps a lot at the moment. Anyways, guys, this has been Demian from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.